I love it when you call me señorita. I wish I could pretend I didn't need ya, but every touch you do, la la la, it's true, la la la.
Guys, coming here, welcome back to Langrisser and news from the future. So, featuring the next SP hero, SP Ledin, the Divine King. So, okay, it's meant to be a very excited moment because Ledin has been one of my favorite heroes since when he come out as both PvE and PvP until as of after S5, Zilong decided to nerf his 3C skills, which dropped him off Apex, and apparently they have not been giving him much love thus far. But okay, I'll be sharing my thoughts in a while, but well, let's get started and show you guys the trailer of SP Ledin. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna go for it.
なに、俺が強いのは当然のことさ。勝負をつける時が来たな。正面突破。この筋肉を見てみろ。X戦の勲章だな。なに、俺が強いのは当然のことさ。勝負をつける時が来たな。正面突破。この筋肉を見てみろ。X戦の勲章だな。
So a marvelous and great trailer for this new character. So sorry, give me a moment. Yep. Okay, it looks cool, looks nice on the trailer and everything. As said, I gotta say, it might not be as not, which I will be sharing in a while. Okay, no worries, we will just be going through on the talent and skill first. So, okay, SP Ledin. So, at rank 6, you can either call it the Will of God's King or Wills of Divine's King. So, very straightforward. Number 1, reduce damage taken by 25%. Number 2, guard against all attack for allies within one ring or circle around his range. Number 3, when entering close combat, he will be able to attack 2 times and have a 70% chance to attack first. So, maybe some might be wondering, so what's so bad about it? So if you can read is, the previous SP hero is SP Grenier or Lewin. So if you can remember, they have a couple of new stuff, gimmicks for them, more talent, skills. They have at least like 4 to 6 stuff helping them up, like especially Grenier. He has like skills that give him increased range, damage reduction, priority attack, and his attack can goes very high stacking. So for Ledin, though, it's great, straightforward, but as you can read right now, it's only reduction of 25% damage, guard for one ring around your ally, so you do not if you guys remember, he has literally very low attack as he relies on skills to boost his attack. And of course, the good thing that remains the same is that he will be able to attack twice, again only when during close combat. And they add in only an addition of a 70% chance that you will be able to strike first against enemies. So it's pretty weird. Okay, let's re-summarize again. So don't worry guys, at the end of the video, I'll showcase the summarized version of all the talents, skills for the SP character. So watch till the end. So right, talents, Wills of God's King or Divine's King. So number 1, reduce damage taken by 25%. Number 2, guard against all attack for allies within one ring or circle. Number 3, when entering close combat, able to attack 2 times and 70% chance to attack first. Okay, the new soldier unit you will have is this Royal Forbidden Guard, which is also a great plus for his team because the soldier's effect is when entering battle, they will ignore enemy's defense of 15%, and when being attacked, before attacking for each set enemy move, the damage deal will increase by 6%, maximum of 30%. Then, alright, coming to his exclusive new skill 1 is known as God Blast or Divine Blast. The cost is 1, is a support, passive support type. So again, it's very short and straightforward, so let's go. Number 1, immune to unable to heal. That's pretty cool. Number 2, at the end of a turn, if you do not have 3C skills in effect, you'll obtain Divine Guard effect where you'll replace your attack with defense plus magic times 1. This effect will last for 2 turns, cannot be dispelled, can only trigger every 2 turns once you trigger the effect once. So, okay, pretty good for 1C. You have immunity to unable to heal, so you can constantly heal him when he's in low health. Then number 2, at the end of a turn, if you do not have any 3C effect, or I'm not sure if there is a wrong translation because the Chinese translation, right, highly Divine Guard, that sounds like the one that is a counter range against range and magic attack. That is the skills from Emilia. So okay, correct me if I'm wrong. So it should be, if you do not have the 3C skills in effect, you obtain Divine Guard where you replace the attack with defense times 1, so the usual Divine Guard effect. However, do note that this is only for converting both defense to attack. You do not have the guard skills of Divine Guard. Do know that, so he will not be able to guard 2 squares or tiles except for his talent of 1 ring or circle. So right, sorry for the interruption. I'm going to repeat again. So number 1, immune to unable to heal. Number 2, at the end of turn, if you do not have 3C skills in effect, obtain Divine Guard where you replace attack with defense plus magic defense times 1. The effect lasts for 2 turns, cannot be dispelled, can only be triggered every 2 turns after triggering once. The plus will be that after or before using 3C, you have got skills, and after using your 3C, by the time the 3C effect is still in cooldown, this passive is already ready to trigger again. So it's cool. You can have an endless attack boosting cycle. Again, like I said, the downside is that it's still mild compared to the talent of the previous SP characters they get. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the downside towards the end. Let's talk about the upside right now. So okay, unable to heal and converting defense plus magic defense, so you can constantly go for normal attack if you want. Looking back at his talent, that when you're being attacked in close combat, so most of the time it seems like it's still not too much unless you're being attacked. Okay, number 2, exclusive skill 2, Divine Sanction. The cost is 2, the type is a physical single target. It has a 2 range and is a CD of 2. It has a 2 CD, so it's a single target range attack. Okay, skill are as follow effect. Number 1, attack and deal 1.4 times damage to target enemy. Number 2, if enemy is demon, cause enemy to receive damage received by 20%, increase damage received by 20%, lasts for 2 turns. Number 3, heal 30% of damage due to enemies as HP after battle. Number 4, close combat soldiers unit will attack together with Ledin. These skills will not receive close combat penalty, and that's it. So let's go through again. Exclusive skill 2, Divine Sanction, cost 2, types physical, single physical. Target has a range of 2, CD of 2 turns. Number 1, attack and deal 1.4 times damage to target enemy. Number 2, if enemy is demon, cause enemy to receive increased damage deal by 20%. It will last for 2 turns. Number 3, after battle, heal 30% of damage to HP against the enemy for Ledin. So, okay, you guys know what it means. So number 4, close combat soldiers will attack together, and these skills will not receive close combat penalty. So that's it for the skill. I gotta say, the 2C is definitely underrated as of the current version of Langrisser right now. Still having a skill that is only singly effective against demon or demonic class. Only it's very definitely overrated. And not only that, these skills do not have all of his. So guys, now let's talk about the downside. What I'm disappointed is that as a fan of Ledin, I noticed that they are not doing him justice. So if you compare to the previous video that I have showcased about Grenier, one of the protagonist trio, they give Grenier fairly lots of effect in his skills that they have like a chain reaction. These skills will trigger the other. Will trigger or create another type of skills that has the following effect of damage reduction, increases defense or damage against enemy. They can stack, and he has priority against enemy, which is the same as Ledin. He'll get to attack first. Ledin has that, and he has damage or attack stackings with his skills and exclusive, which Ledin do not have. He's solely relying on the usual stuff, defense and magic defense. I do not have much issue with that. Perhaps the damage reduction is kind of low, 25%, after you have checked out the previous video featuring the skills of Brenda 2.0 and Julian. So as you can see, they have increased damage and crit rate. So this is definitely going to be hard for Ledin, and not to mention that Divine Sanction or Holy Sanction, this new exclusive skills, is only effective against demon. Of course, I definitely have a change of opinion if the skills effects change to when your target is non-holy unit, because SP Ledin is a holy unit himself. So if the skills is targeting outside of or effective against any enemies that are of not holy origins, that would be great, because against demonic there's only like what on Apex there's like only Epsilon. Definitely gonna go talk about PvP and Apex, because for starters, Ledin already is very strong. He's very strong in PvE map. Don't get me wrong. No matter which version of the current story thus far, he's gonna be very strong and effective against a lot of stages, challenge, and boss. So only thing left right now is trying to make him strong again for PvP. So he used to be very strong. Again, like I said, until they have nerfed him after they try to take off the priority of his 3C skills. For starters who are interested and do not know the story, is that initially Ledin's 3C, where he will suck enemy 3 squares or tiles around him, he will cast the following effect of leg breaking around 2 squares or tiles around him. So any enemies who are standing directly beside him will have their leg crippled, so they will not be able to guard. And this is not a normal debuff. This is treated like a terrain or command aura debuff. So you cannot be, even if you are immune with a buff, you will not be able to guard. So there is a cool stuff about it. And not to mention, Ledin has very short leg and range, but for some reason, Zilong decided to nerf by doing that. His skills will trigger in a way that he will suck and attack the enemy first, and after the attack happen, the crippling effect will kick in afterwards. So this greatly crippled Ledin, despite he's already not too good, or he's not at a very advantage situation in PvP matches, because he has very short legs. As you can see, he can only move 3 squares or tiles only, unlike most other characters right now. So definitely, as a fan, I hope they can give him more, well, do more justice. And compared to SP Grenier, Grenier is able to move 5 squares or tiles at least. So Ledin has movement disadvantages. His 3C is pretty much not useful right now. It cannot cause too much of an effect in PvP unless Zilong decide to, well, unnerf him, which will be cool. And well, his new skills is the passive give him attack but do not give him guard range. His damage skills is only effective against demon and is only dealing 1.4 times damage. So not cool. I gotta say, I'm pretty disappointed with the talent design of SP Ledin. I do hope he'll get, well, they might buff him, though we know that that's not really possible though. But I gotta say, as a fan, I really hope that. How did you guys think? If you feel that this is injustice to Ledin, leave it down in the comment section below. I will be glad to reply to you guys. And of course, last but not least, let us appreciate this chibi art of Ledin drawn by Meow Xiao 2 Liana, aka Grandia Curry. This is very cute. And not to mention, the plus thing about SP Ledin is that finally, on this form, he is actually using his exclusive item as a weapon. Contrary to the usual golden hammer he has been holding on, which when his exclusive item comes out is not the usual golden hammer. So yep, kudos, and yep, great design. I gotta say, great design, great art. I love his art a lot. It's pretty cool. I definitely hope they will do justice for Ledin. So how did you guys think? Leave it down in the comment sections below, and see you guys, and remember to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.